You never know what's going to happen in the Ozarks.
Wait, you haven't seen Ozark yet? We're giving you the inside scoop of what makes an award-winning TV show. Let's take a dive into some behind the scenes of Ozark. Number 1. An Ozarkian's greatest fear is other people trying to get rid of you, right? Well, not exactly Ruth's. Actress Julia Garner's fear became true when she was scripted to pick up a mouse. She put up a fight, that's for sure.
Thinking about it just makes me cringe.
After all the panic attacks and resistance from Garner, the crew decided it was best to just throw in a hand double. Glad to see that came in handy. Number 2. Show creators decided it was best to bring the Ozarks down south for the winter.
What drew you here?
Well, the work.
Most of what we see on screen is actually recreated at locations in sound stages in Georgia. Creator Bill Dubuque took early inspiration from the Ozarks when he would visit there as a teen. The generous tax breaks and beautiful scenery were enough to convince the production to make the move, though such a move can prove to be pretty risky. That's why Bateman became nitpicky with avoiding all Georgia-made aspects. Production designer David Bomba had to work out the puzzle from the very start.
It was exciting to kind of be, my part of Ozark.
And the cast agreed. Who wouldn't want to work on the beautiful lakes of Georgia? At least in real life, that is. Number 3. Welcome to the dark side.
What?
It can be hard to look at some of the darker lit scenes of Ozark, so turn up the brightness on your TV because it's all meant to pull you into the character's gloomy world. Here's what cinematographer Ben Cutchins had to say about it. There's a grittiness to it, and a little bit of an earthy quality that I think fits the show. Lighting wasn't the only thing that was added for effect. In fact, many subtle changes in post were added to fit the crime drama setting, from paint on the walls to big background transformations. We got to wonder how expensive it was for them to just film in the actual Ozarks. Number 4. We feel so blue just thinking about the characters on Ozark.
I didn't know what to do.
Apparently, that's the whole point. Bateman and Cutchins both wanted to give the show a deeper meaning and a distinct look. Its grittiness and slight touch to each scene makes us sneakily want to feel what each character is feeling.
Isn't the idea that if you want to get away with something, you don't tell anyone?
And they thought we wouldn't notice. You never really know what's lurking in the shadows. Yikes. Number 5. It takes a lot of time and dedication to get an accent down for a role. The cast put in the work, and it definitely showed.
I had a lot of work to do, so I needed to hunker down.
They certainly did. No one said it was easy. When you come from other areas with different accents, it means more and more work.
Coming from New York, I wasn't really familiar with that world.
Number 6. There's no flying ninjas or superhumans in the Ozarks, but the stunts were pretty great. We are reminded episode after episode of the intense action that plays on in the gritty town. In this series, it looks like most of the action was done professionally, with a touch of visual effects. We're happy to know that all the actors involved had stunt people to take the hits.
You really doing this right now?
Whoa, that's gotta hurt. Number 7. Secrecy is key when it comes to a hit television show's success. And sometimes cast and crew are tempted to give a little hint.
It's definitely heavier this season.
Oh, great.
The fears of even one photo being snapped was enough for producers to crack down on leaks. That's why no phones were allowed on set at any time. That means you, Jason. Leaks are at the top of the list of on-set rules, but respect for your fellow actors follows close.
I like that Jason Bateman guy.
You wouldn't convincingly love the character of another actor who talks smack about you after the scene ends, right?
Nice people get along, and we've got a whole set full of them there.
That's just bad work ethics, and it's not welcome.
Would you like a five-season contract or a 2-season contract?
Number 8. Showing up to work every day on a series year after year, you make a lot of friends, and lose a couple to the show's demise.
Yeah. We try not to get the audience into the weeds too much with that.
Unfortunately, when you become a part of the Ozark family, you never know when your time is up. It's best to not get attached to any of your favorite characters, especially with season 1 being so relentless and taking so many of them.
Yeah, that's
outta
not
here.
fun. That's the one thing that's not fun.
Number 9. Ozark Season 4 began its filming a year after the start of the pandemic. Not the best timing, but show creators wanted the show to go on.
Let's just wing this.
Extra precautions were taken as Bateman announced he would step down as director for the first 2 episodes to keep his fellow co-stars safe. And working with these precautions, producers had to create a comfortable atmosphere for the cast and crew. It didn't seem to affect their work in any way. The producer side of me made me think it's just not responsible to have one of the actors direct the first 2. Number 10. Working close with your fellow castmates day in and day out, year after year, can create long-lasting friendships.
The crews, the cast, the locations, it's a peach.
And for the cast of Ozark, they created one big circle of friendships. It drove them crazy thinking that they could be next and leaving the show.
I have so much fun playing this role, so I keep her alive.
They certainly found a method to the madness. Number 11. Out of the bunch of stars listed on the show, it's well known that Jason Bateman and Linney are household names.
Oh, it's going to be that kind of show as opposed to this kind of show.
Both garnered dozens of awards throughout their careers and helped earn the show 32 Primetime Emmy nominations, including Best Director for Bateman.
That is something.
But stars are made, and co-star Julia Garner was able to snag herself 2 Primetime Emmys for Best Supporting Actress, back to back. Bateman and the rest of the cast certainly have time to catch up to her, with one more season to garner another award. Number 12. Ozark showrunner Jason Bateman had to take on a lot with directing himself and his co-stars.
I wanted to direct a 600-page movie.
Well, it certainly was more than 600 pages. The daunting task of filling those big shoes really didn't seem to faze him, though. It's not uncommon for actors to direct themselves in film and TV, but Bateman wanted to take full control of his performance and stay out of his head on set. We wonder if he yelled at himself for not remembering his lines.
It changed the way in which I performed the character because I knew I would just be noting myself.
But what did the other stars on the show have to say about that? Certainly only good things from award-winning actress Linney, which we could be sure means a lot.
He's not just a good director, he's a really, really, really good director.
Number 13. What if leads Bateman and Linney turned down the roles? They actually almost did.
You know about this?
It was reported that Bateman wanted to steer clear of acting and just direct. We guess he couldn't resist. And neither could Linney, all thanks to him. I wasn't looking to do a series, but I've always really admired Jason Bateman. Well, that was a lot. We're looking forward to the final installment of Ozark and predicting who's next. Hopefully this season is not one filled with rats and tragedy. Ha! Wrong. What are you looking forward to in the final season?